The explosive growth in the number of people who have discovered the power of the Internet for learning, marketing, and just plain having fun has been incredible. The Internet is changing the way we learn, work, and play forever. Today, some 35 to 40 million people from around the world are linked together through the Internet, the world's largest computer network. Students of all ages are discovering the online power of the Internet as the ultimate tool for learning. Whether you're in grade school or college or beyond, or you just want to be entertained and have a good time, the Internet has something for everyone. But before we go too far, let's take a moment and have a look at just what the Internet is and what it takes to start surfing through cyberspace. You may already be a net surfer, and you may want to skip this section. But if you are just starting out, we suggest you spend a few minutes getting familiar with some of the most common Internet terms. You will need a device to access the online world. That device is a computer with at least 386 power and 8 megabytes of RAM, and has a modem installed that has 14.4 or greater speed or baud rate, and of course, access to a phone line. If you have a slower modem, you will not be able to enjoy the growing multimedia aspects of the Internet, such as graphics, sound, and video. You will also need a connection to the Internet that connects your computer to the millions of other computers that make up this superhighway of information. This connection can be obtained in one of two basic ways. You could join an online service such as America Online, CompuServe, Prodigy, or the Microsoft Network.
Traditional ones that you see today, like CompuServe, America Online, Microsoft Network, are all providing enough Internet connectivity for the novice user to get their feet wet and understand the technology, and from there determine if they really want to go with a full-fledged connection. And so that's one way of approaching it from the technology standpoint.
Any of the online services, such as America Online, will provide you with a connection to the Internet, along with a navigation tool called a browser, which enables you to move from location to location anywhere in the world.
Or they can go direct with products like Spry has a great product called Internet in a Box. The disadvantage of going direct is it requires a little bit more knowledge than using some of the other services, and it's for a little bit more experienced user. But you can get directly to the things you want, as opposed to gateway software interfering with where you're going. The first key, though, is if you want true Internet access, is to find an Internet service provider in your area, and that's really the best way to do it for pure Internet connectivity. So I would suggest finding the local Internet service provider, which you can find in any of your local papers. Try to find one that has a good reputation. There are some national companies, excuse me, as well as local companies, and of course price varies, 800 number access varies, so it depends if you're a traveling person or just a local person needing connectivity.
Parents concerned about their children avoiding unwanted content may want to sign up with a major online service where you can be assured that their own content is filtered, and then have your child advise you when they are going directly onto the World Wide Web and provide parental supervision as required. There are software packages in development that will assist parents in locking out unwanted Internet content in the future. The Internet has been around since the 1960s, but it was the development of the Mosaic browser in 1933 at the University of Illinois that made it possible to simply point and click your way to information that not only contained text, but also graphics. Now the average person can enjoy the full potential of the Internet, and especially the fastest growing part of the Internet, called the World Wide Web.
A World Wide Web site, from the standpoint of someone who hasn't worked with it, is it's a location on the net where you access information, and what they do with those sites varies from one organization to another. The basic premise of a World Wide Web site is to have a location that people can come to get information. And what's so powerful about using the Internet and the World Wide Web is that site just has actual pointers to other sites that have other information.
We will be using the terms homepage and website throughout this video. A website is like a book that is divided into chapters. By clicking on the hypertext links, you choose which pages you want to view in the book. A home page is like the first page of the book with a table of contents and general introduction into what is contained in the site. A website has an identifier called a domain name. The domain name identifies the location or address of the computer that contains the website. This address is called a URL, which means Uniform Resource Locator. The computer at this address could be across town or on the other side of the planet. A URL beginning with HTTP gets you to a website on the Internet. FTP, which means File Transfer Protocol, is a URL that brings you to sites where you can download certain files from the Internet to your computer. News takes you to news groups where you can communicate with other Internet users on specific subjects. You'll also be learning about Gopher, a one-stop source for finding the Internet information you are looking for. And last but not least, email, still the most used feature of the Internet. Most communication on the Internet from person to person is done using email, which is an electronic message you can send or receive. Your email is like your personal Internet post office box. That's just a few of the basics to get you started. It's time now for your personal tour of the fun and entertainment available on the Internet. Imagine being able to get the latest sports scores, play games, check out the latest movies, make travel plans, and do much more, all without leaving your home. When it comes to fun and entertainment, the power of the Internet is unlimited. To get started, we have to sift through the vast amounts of information on the Internet and find what we need. The best way to do this is by using one of the many search engines available. These sites gather the information that is out there and categorize it so we can narrow our search. One popular site to do this is called Yahoo. We'll enter its URL and start our search. At the end of this video, we'll show you the URLs of the sites we visited so you can check them out for yourself. We first enter our URL for Yahoo, http://www.yahoo.com. This brings us to the Yahoo homepage. Normally, these sites would take a few seconds to load to your computer, but in the interest of time, we are cutting to them through editing for the purposes of this video. At the main Yahoo screen, we are faced with general categories that Yahoo feels will cover most areas of interest, like arts, computers, and the Internet, and so on. Let's start looking. A fun thing that tops everyone's list is travel. Under the heading Recreation, there is the subheading Travel. Let's click on Travel, and we are taken to more travel subcategories, such as air travel, boating, health, and more. Clicking on these would take you to more categories and finally some links to worldwide websites to visit. But let's say we want to narrow it down from the beginning. We want to take a family trip to Los Angeles. Let's go to the Yahoo full search screen, enter Los Angeles Travel, and hit the search icon. Yahoo is now searching its huge database of Internet information for sites that contain the words Los Angeles and travel. Let's see what we get. Now we are faced with blue hypertext links to other websites in the world. Any one of these will get us closer to the information we're looking for. As we scroll down our choices, we find a link that says About Los Angeles for Visitors. We click on it, and it takes us to different areas of information we need.